What's going on, guys? We're back. Conquering Crypto, Sunday, October 24th. This is the second part. We did an afternoon portion. There's a whole lot going on. Of course, makes life easier when there's a lot going on in the market to show you certain things to chart and how we can find those coin and then work together with them to possibly profit from them, or at least talk about them or chart them or hold them. So one of the big guys today, I have a list of stuff I want to go over, but let's go ahead and check out Ethereum first. Give me 2 seconds, as I always want to just share my stream. Yep, see, there's me talking. Hi, me. Hello, me. How are you? I am well. So I usually post in Conquering Crypto when I am going live. This way I can get the important people to me, which are my group members. So the only thing that's just tough about that is you have to kind of set things up. I use XSplit to go live, so you have to kind of set stuff up before you're able to share it, and it connects to YouTube and whatever. So anyway, we're waiting to chart some specific things later. A buddy of mine wants to do Saitama, which I did look up a little bit. Saitama is a DEX, so it's something that you can get a token for. We'll just check it out real quick. Oh, come on, guy. So, I guess you can buy it through Uniswap. I have XT. That's a Chinese exchange. I think it's Chinese. But you can use Shiba Swap. I don't know what ZT is. That's probably an exchange. L Bank, Ox Protocol. So basically, he wanted to check out Saitama. If Denny makes it in this afternoon, then we will do that together. Together, we will do that together. And we will check out Saitama because he is apparently the one punch man. So hopefully he can punch his way through to massive profits. That would be fantastic because now that's on the watch list and I'm going to be watching it. Anybody in the group, especially in Conquering Crypto, can mention any coin they want, and we will try to chart it together. We'll try to figure out how to make a few bucks on it together. So, with all that out of the way, last thing, I do have a Venmo. It is Conquering Crypto. It's in the description. I am accepting tips. If you guys would like to tip me based on my information, I always have to let you know that's available. If you go on Facebook, it's called Conquering Crypto. We accept everybody, pros, noobs, guys, girls, aliens, Indians, you name it. I don't care. You guys can all come in. We can all chart together, okay? So, I have a trading view, and I have a Twitter, DeMarco_Danny. Okay, with that said, we are going to go right into Ethereum. Boom. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ethereum. So Ethereum is at 40.53 right now. As you can see, it's squeezed between, it looks to be a resistance and support. We broke through some other stuff recently. The uptrend has continued. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this. You know what we're gonna do, kids? Come along, sing a song. We're going to a different page, okay? We're gonna just start a new one. Let's start fresh. Okay, so let's see where we are. Ethereum, this is on regular Binance. All right. So regular Binance, we're gonna chart Ethereum real quick. We can see that we have, so this is gonna be a little bit of an off-centered, off-centered uptrend, and it looks like we have a flat top, also known as it's a flat top, but it's also a double top. So you've got two peaks, and you can use those to your advantage later on. We do have a squeeze possibly coming up in that area if we drop this back. So this could come into play earlier. What we do, we want to continue this projection, but we want it to continue as a secondary line, okay? So that's something that we can keep in reference. I love using the dotted and the, I'm already going to forget, but it's the dotted and the dash. The dash is usually my secondary, and the dot is typically things that, just like specialty cases. So I use all of that in conjunction. So right now, if this were to say fall through, I would then expect this secondary dash line to pick things up. If it doesn't, it goes even further, that's when you know the actual coin, in this case Ethereum, would be in trouble. It's been on a really nice uptrend. Actually, let's go back further. What do we got here? Okay, 2017, we did well, fell flat. And then September, no, we'll say January of 2021. So basically, this very year, 2021, it's October now, January is when this really started to take off. I'm sure there was probably a whole bunch of push with Bitcoin as well. But as you can see, it's done quite well. Now, what are we at today? So because I have so much marked up, we are going to go back. Let's go back to the one that Bitcoin. We got to talk about Bitcoin. We'll get there. So this is everything that was checked out not too long ago. So we're going to just move that over. We're going to continue this. Okay, now that's a former resistance point. We're also going to continue this. This is a current resistance / support that is in contention. So we're going through it, okay? So it's becoming an area. Sometimes you don't have an exact point. Sometimes like you don't always want an absolute. You can't just say like, since it's in the 4,000 area, 4,000 is the only number it can be. There is nothing else that can be support. It doesn't work that way. This is a whole area here, okay? So this 4,000, that's an entire section. So we can use that section to our advantage, because then we know if it bounces in between, let's say 39 and 41, if it bounces in between there, then we can move some lines around. It might make sense when we get to that point. You got me? So as long as we're keeping track of the areas of our support and resistance, we're good to go. Now, what I see possibly happening, I actually want to go out to the 3. This is the 3 hour. So what I see happening with this, hopefully, for Ethereum's case, we want to keep above on this support line. We want to bounce off of it here, okay? And that's going to be, again, around the 4K area. And then what we want to do, let me get a path here. I'll show you guys. What would be ideal anyway, especially if you're trying to trade it. What you would want is you would want it to then bounce around something like this. This is, of course, a rough example. And then eventually, you would want to break out. Okay. I don't know why I can't make this dashed anymore. Or it's like it's always dashed. I want that to be solid, but you know what? That's okay, because it's just kind of confusing when it's not a solid line. I swore I was able to do it before. Oh well. So anyway, so this is what we can possibly see happening, okay? A little bit up, a little bit down, hitting the 4K area, and then we want to jump on the uptrend. Okay, so that's really important with Ethereum. We have this upcoming uptrend. We want to be able to jump on that and move with it. And then once we get to the 43, 44-ish area, 43.80, we'll say, once we get into that area, and as you always know, I love my circle area, that will be the area to watch from right now. Okay, so that's it for now. That's it for Ethereum. Let's get this out of here real quick. Hey, what's happening here? going on? Cool. So that's going to be our area to watch. Definitely check out Ethereum. Now, I wanted to get to SHIB and then Saitama. So Saitama is a DEX coin, and I'm waiting for a friend and a member. His name is Danny. He wants to come in and he wants to chart it. I wanted to chart it with him. If he makes it, great. If not, maybe we'll do it at the end of the video so it is recorded. But either way, let's move on to SHIB. Let's go to the SHIB. SHIB, apparently. So I don't know if you've heard this, if you are just joining us or just checking this out. Apparently Elon posted some tweet. I guess we should check that out because you see this dip here. Apparently that has something to do with it. See this guy? So let's just type in like Elon SHIB tweet. Okay, so that's 4 days ago, 2 hours ago. Oh, okay, so I did see this. It said, hey, Elon Musk, how much SHIB are you holding? And he said none. And I guess that dropped price. Somebody said, how about Floki? Out of curiosity, I acquired some. Sorry if you can't see it. Let me move it. Out of curiosity, I acquired some Ashy hash strings called Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dog. That's it. Oh, okay. As I said before, don't bet the farm on crypto. True. So basically, what he's saying is he's only got the 3, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. That means more for the rest of us. It also means he's not using all that sweet cash that he has to build anything up. But his tweets can be dangerous because that's how volatile crypto is one man can post a tweet and guess what? It changes the landscape of how the coin reacts. That's not very nice, by the way, Elon. And I don't care if you're doing it. I don't care if you're doing it bull or bear. The bottom line is that's not cool, man, because you're messing with what people are holding on to. You're messing with investments. And I know it's just crypto. I don't want to get on my soapbox, but it's not very cool. Clutch, what's going on, man? We're going to be going over some things. So real quick, just some coin that we're going over today, this afternoon. So we already went over Ethereum. Okay, I'm not going back over that again. We're going over SHIB, Saitama. We're waiting for Denny for that. We're going over some new stuff today. I don't want to keep going over the same thing. So we're also going to go over Roon, One, XMR, and DCR. Got it. I might repeat that based on who else decides to come in. But let's go and check out some new stuff. We already know what's going on with a lot of the market. Remember, as I always tell you, check out those bitmaps, those heat maps, heat maps. The one I use is the bubble heat map. And again, we talked about this before, guys. Come on, computer. Whoa, my billion-dollar computer is lagging. You better stop that. All right, let's get that back up. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so we are going to actually, let me move this over here. Let me slide it in. The reason this site is so kind of like awkward is because it uses up clearly like a lot of power and it's constantly lagging. And of course it could be something that has to do with how I have it set up, but like it is always lagging and acting weird. Anyway, so again, this is the heat map I use. Yeah, this is the heat map I use. As you can see, SHIB 1 is on this heat map, okay? And of course it's going so slow. Let's see. XMR, I'm sure we can find it in there. XMR, okay. DCR, it was in there somewhere. But there's Roon. I guess DCR is here somewhere. You know what? It could have dropped at this point. Maybe? DCR. Oh, that's right. I wanted to talk about stuff that's also going negative. We always talk about a lot of stuff that's going positive. We have not had a chance about bear stuff, which sounds funny. We need to talk more about what happens when price is going negative. How do we then change that? Okay, but of course, as the saying goes, you want to buy low, sell high. So a lot of the times, if you're not holding, you want the price to go low. Right now, I personally want the price of SHIB to fall. Okay, I'm sorry if you're holding. I'm not apologizing though because I want to buy back in and make some more that sweet, sweet profit. And the only way I can do that is if it drops or if I notice a pattern. So speaking of, let's get this out of here. Let's go over SHIB. Now apparently there was a tweet from Elon. We just went over it, and apparently it did that. Now that would have been honestly, and I did see that. That would have been honestly probably a great time to buy. I did see it. I wanted to see where it would go, but hey, let's look on the positive side. So actually, I'm gonna let everybody know this is a great location. I am buying right now. That is not financial advice for you to do so, by the way. Okay, I'm just letting you know that I am initiating a trade for SHIB right now. Because if it lets me, I really like the way it looks where it's at. Okay. And beautiful. Trade initiated. So what I do typically after that is I'd like to draw myself a nice little line. Okay. So this line is going to be my entry line, and it keeps it as a reminder to me. So you can have some things linked up with TradingView. So they have other stuff that you can attach to. I usually do all my forex through Oanda. I guess that's how you pronounce that. But I really like that. That you can, I think, hook it up somehow to Coinbase and other crypto stuff. But honestly, I don't. I'm perfectly happy with setting alarms and seeing how things go. But I just wrote myself a note that I am back in. So I'm gonna just write myself a note. Order. And as always, I keep track of this stuff, and so should you. October 24th, SHIB, and I bought in at, see what I'm doing right now? This is good habits. I bought in back at around 37.98. And I like to see the amount I start with. See, it doesn't always show you. So I like to figure it all out myself so I know if I'm profiting or not. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not perfect. Sometimes it makes mistakes. Okay, so I just put that order in. So now I can check it out on myself later on. I highly recommend it. Having good bookkeeping, keeping up with this stuff constantly, it's a really good way for you to keep track of whether you're actually profiting or not, or you forgot about a trade last month. Let me go into the books. Keeping good records and doing this stuff, like it's a real job. I mean, if you do want to day trade anyway, is just helpful to you. So let's continue. We went over SHIB. Going back over my notes. So SHIB, I just bought. Okay, I just placed my order there. Now, I think that is a nice little point for me to check out later just to see where I'm at, but I'm really happy with that. Now, why did I place an order there? So this to me is it's going to bounce over here, okay? And then I see it climbing this uptrend here. Yeah, so that is just what I'm betting on, okay? That is what my information's telling me. I'm going to totally ignore the tweet, which means this is where it should have gone originally. You understand? So the tweet did this. So I don't have to, you never have to really chart out wicks. Wicks you can use as secondary as well, but I like to do them both. I'm not going to do this one because it's just a tweet. It wasn't real price movement, which is more important. So let's continue. I'm hoping that this bounces in this area, somewhere's off of here like this. And we're going to go up on this, continue on our uptrend. It might not happen. If it drops too low or I'm at a point that I don't want to be, let's say if it gets halfway to that Elon tweet, we will consider this our way out. So that'll be my stop loss. What I'm even going to do, I'm going to set an alarm. Now that alarm will tell me once it crosses that area, because I don't have it set up on KuCoin. Sometimes this is easier for me, but I can keep it. In other words, I keep it open and available to me at all times. I keep the order, and then once price movement happens, I'm already on top of it. I'm ready to go to place more, to take some out, to take profit, whatever it may be. I'm always ready to go when I'm doing my scalping. And right now, I'm buying into SHIB. To me, that's a possible good low. I think maybe even later on tonight, who knows where that could be, to be honest. Okay, that's SHIB. So I don't know if we have Denny in here yet. Denny, when you are in here, just let me know. I'm going to record probably until 5 today, maybe a little bit longer. And if you are in here, Denny, just let me know. We'll go over Saitama. If you're not, we will still do it at the end of the video. This way you have the information one way or another. So we're going to put that on hold. Let's go check out Roon. I don't know much about Roon. Binance, okay. Again, I like to find coins and then add them and do things with them later, check them out later. So this is Roon. I've never even looked at this chart before. And what do we got? Anybody tell what we have? Anybody see, look at that and think they know what it is? It'd be great if somebody see, I look at that and within a second, I already know what I'm looking at. So, hey, DeMarco, what are you looking at? Triangle. Okay, within a second, I looked at that pattern. Charting triangles has become my life. So I noticed it immediately. So what does that mean for Roon? You know what? I gotta add this to my master list. There we go. That's fine. Actually, is that the one we're on now? Cool. So I've added that to our master list. Roon is now permanently here. And we are going to check it out. So all we really have, it's very new. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, it's not very new. It came out September of 2020. So it's been around for a little bit. It had some big price movement today. Can you see it right here? Let's get in there a little bit. Okay, so just, I don't know exactly what the mapping said of the bubbles, but Roon was definitely big enough for me to check out. So I don't know how far this jump is from, but let's just go from this is the highest point in the VPVR. That means, oh, and you see how it switched? So in this area from March 2021 on, the highest pricing point for both buys and sells was at 7.1. If we go back a couple more months, we can see that the highest buying and selling points all the way back from almost its inception, November of 2020. This is the volume profile over here, guys. This is super important. It's something I recommend everybody gets. On TradingView, you do have to pay for it. I don't know if it works that way on all platforms, but I paid for it because I love it. It's just a very handy tool, and I'm pretty sure that's why they charge you for it. Anyway, let's continue. So, since this is our pattern, let's see, let's go back out a little bit. You know what? I'm still happy here. Let's just move this stuff around a little bit. Let's get rid of you. And let's put our area to watch. And again, this area to watch, that means that things can happen anytime between the time and the price. So that's the idea between this circle. Anywhere is this price, okay, so from we'll say 4.0 to 10.6. Anything can happen in there. The idea is we want something to happen in that zone. So if price, which I mean, I can't say I guarantee, but I'm pretty sure price is going to bounce down, maybe back up, maybe down. Okay, then back up a little bit. But the idea here is we then want to see major price action out of the triangle or wedge. And the reason being, when it busts out of one of these patterns, that's when you trade it. That is like the safest time. And then you've got two different ways you can trade it. Uptrend, downtrend. Okay. If this is on no trend, this is no trend right now, by the way. This is a pretty, this is, I mean, I guess it's the smallest uptrend angle. Geez, it's really small. So the idea though is if it breaks bear, you place your order just to, so you see how this is a resistance? And I always like to go over this so people understand, or at least try to understand. I know this stuff is complicated, man. I'm still learning. I try to figure it out as much as I can, but I feel like I figured out a lot. Okay, so this would be considered the resistance point. So you'd have to wait until price gets past that. Okay, so you'd want to place your order here, yeah, there if possible, and then you want to place your stop loss there. And again, that's if you're placing a put or a sell. And again, you can do that with KuCoin futures. You can do that with margins in stocks. You can place these option calls and you can place puts. That's a whole different thing. We're gonna keep moving on because we're already 26 minutes in. I'm sorry if I talk too much. I just feel like I want to explain. That was Roon. Let's go to one. One USDT Binance. We're also gonna add one USDT Binance added. Great. Let's chart it. Okay. So to me, that looks like we might have some kind of tunnel or wedge, and that's before I even chart it. So let's see if I got that right. First, since I've never seen it before, this came out in June of 2019. Looks like it did a whole lot of nothing for a long time until March of 2021. So now let's go over. This is kind of a teeter-totter area. This is not a perfect line for the bottom. There's not enough info. You know, I can take a secondary, I think this way. Yes, so that's what we'll do is the cross sections. These cross sections I do not like at all. This I do not consider solid information, okay? You want to wait until you have actual straight line points touching. Very important. At least I think it's important. So, and on the top, again, when you're drawing these lines, imagine you're taking the line and gravity, you're just dropping it, and there are magnets that are just sucking it on to that point, okay? Let me give you an example. This is how I find them. If we were to draw this line up here, let's say it's not in line with how we want it to fall. Imagine Tetris. So take the line, drop it, first point of contact. Okay, great. Let's leave that side alone. Let's drop this, second point of contact, and then let's readjust. And look, you've got a trend. So to me, that's a wedge. Now that means all kinds of stuff can happen. Remember we did this earlier, right here? We are then going to draw another line, but we're going to give it a different definition. We're going to give it this dash. So just like I don't remember, it was Ethereum, SHIB, had to be one of those. But actually, it might have been something else we were charting. Anyway, something else had this pattern. Was it the same video? What else were we looking at? I know, we went through a bunch. I'm 28, I'm almost a half an hour in. I don't remember the beginning of the video, I'm sorry. But we were charting something earlier that was just like that. It wasn't one, right? Oh my God, it was the one we just did. Jeez. Let me cross that off. So we got one out of the way, we got Roon out of the way. I forgot to cross it off, but there we go. One, that's really funny. Not really, because it's Dex. So one and Roon. Oh, so maybe I was going backwards. So this is one. I thought we were doing Roon. Okay, so this is, man, then what's the other one? Oh well, no big deal. Anyway, I'll probably figure it out when I rewatch this. Anyway, yeah, so we've got this ascending wedge. This is a small uptrend on one, and we're going to move on. XMR. XMR, I think I have played with a little bit before. And we are now going to also add it. XMR, USDT. We'll just take that one. Follows the dollar. Okay, so XMR came out March 2019. I'm pretty sure I've messed with XMR before. We are going to draw a line. So what do we do when we see that? What do we do when we see this high point? We do absolutely nothing. All we do is that's a high point. we remember it as a high, and this is just going to be an uptrend. In other words, all I'm saying is that this is an uptrend. What we can do is we can use this secondary point here. Okay. And again, we're going to make this whole line dashed actually. Okay, so we have a primary, we have a secondary, but basically XMR, Monero. Oh, Monero, I have charted this before. Monero is on an uptrend. We're going to do DCR and then Saitama, and we're going to call it. So DCR, let's see. Now DCR I think was falling today. I wanted to check stuff that's falling. I don't want to constantly look at things that are only doing well, because this is, listen, in the market, things are going to go bad a lot and often. Guys, what do we have here? What do we have on DCR? What do we have? We have, looks like a triangle to me. So we got our triangle. Yep, and there and there. So where's our area to watch? I'm sure somebody might be able to see it already. This area in here, and that's something we can come back to. That was real simple. That's Decrid DCR. I've never messed with it before. Apparently it's a year or two old, so it's not like it's new. And the last thing, Denny, this is for you. Oh, so I went over Saitama a little bit. I think I added it to my list. Saitama is a DEX token, apparently, and it has been, I guess, catching some waves, catching a little bit of a pump. It came out this past May, so when Bitcoin was falling, this just came out, and this does not have a whole lot going on, but we're still, yeah, we'll still definitely chart it, and it's added to the list because we want to know about as much as possible. I guess we got to go out more. Yeah, so what do we have? We have let's go down to do this one first. Yeah, okay, so we've got that in. You know what? I'm happy with that. This is just basic uptrend. This is basic uptrend. We don't have to complicate. Yeah, I don't have to spell right either. Oh my God, that's twice. We don't have to complicate everything by going, oh, it needs more this, and it needs an indicator, and it needs blah, 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 blah. Sometimes just a line or two. That's it. And it just tells you that's on an uptrend. And the thing that happens is you just don't have enough information yet. If I need more information to be able to chart this. If I drew a line up top, now we could do this. We could get from our starting point to where we are now, and we could actually say this is a tunnel. This is a broadening wedge right now, but not really. Sure, it very well could be, but I need more information. It could be a lot of things right now, but there you go. That's Saitama. And guys, swoop, that is it. I already made one video today. This is my second one. Yesterday I did 2.5 hours of videos. Today I have done an hour. All of this video stuff is on YouTube. My name is DeMarco. I was your host today. Conquering Crypto Facebook is my page. Come along and join, and we will try to help you trade as well. Let's see. I have a Twitter, DeMarco_Danny. It's where I post a lot of my updates. I am on TradingView. Come check me out. It's where I post a lot of my ideas about charting. You can find me there. And and I'm wearing my Metrics hat and my Metrics retirement shirt today. I'm all Metricsed up because Metrics is my favorite coin, and ain't nobody gonna tell me different. And the last thing is Facebook. Oh, my Venmo. So if you guys want to tip me, it helps me greatly. It helps me keep this going. It makes me want to continue it. But I do have a Venmo. You can find me at Conquering Crypto. And if you want to throw me $1 or 10 million, I will accept either one. But that's it for this afternoon, Sunday the 24th. And I will see you guys shortly. I don't know if there's going to be a video tonight. I want to see if enough people want to see it because, man, I've been recording a lot. It's actually been hurting my throat a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm getting a little sick or what. But other than that, love you guys. This is going to be uploaded as well. And as always, find me next time and come see me.